It is so very easy. My name is Laura, and today I have a free pattern from Benartex with a pineapple pattern. It's a quilt that's just a small little quilt which makes a nice little wall hanging. The fabrics are bright and fun, and the pattern only takes fat eighths. It's a small pattern, so we don't need a lot of fabric. And there's really only 2 blocks throughout the entire pattern, but when it's put together, it makes a great pineapple. So the free pattern is from Benartex, and it is called Perfect Pineapple, and it uses fat eighths. The project is not a big project. It's only 16 inches by 32, so it'll make a nice wall hanging. The fabric line is called Fresh Blends, and it is one of their basic lines, so it's always available. Now, when we look at the cutting directions, we do have a lot of fabrics. So I like to label my fabrics and then match it up with my fabric. So I've labeled them with letters, and I have a little system where I have these pins with these little beads glued on the end. So I'm going to be able to use those to mark my fabrics. The blocks are not hard to do. It's just keeping them organized. So I take time and identify all of my colors. And then I'm going to take my personal marking system and I'm going to transfer it to my diagrams. And that way I can just see them right at a glance. So if we look here, you can see where I've transferred those words into that marking system, which is going to match my pins. This side identifies the block. So it's going to be really easy to put together because all of the blocks have a number. There is block number 9, there's block number 9, and these are the colors that I am going to make. And I'm only making one of them. So by reading this first, getting ourselves organized, it will go together really quickly. Now, if you do not have pins or you don't want to use pins, you can also mark the selvages. And if you don't have the white band, you can always write it on the back of the other side. So here are all my little piles. All of these are cut the same, so I just kept them together. I took one 4 7/8 square and cut it in half. That gave me 2 triangles. And I took one 5.5 inch square, cut it apart twice, so now I have 4 triangles. Now that they're all cut, I'm going to put them together in these piles. I need 2 blocks of number 1, and then I have all of my stacks, and I have them in order. So it's number 2, number 3, and I've pinned them together. And I'm going to stitch them in order, press them, and do everything I need, and then I'm going to be able to put them in order. So for block number 2, we're going to need to make half square triangles. They're already cut for us, so we're going to put those squares together, stitch that 1/4 inch, press, so they're 4.5 inches. So we're going to do that to block 2, 3, 4, and 5. Number 6, we're going to change the block up. So block number 6 is going to look like this. And we already have all of those pieces cut for us. So the first thing we're going to do is sew one of these short sides together, stitch that 1/4 inch, then we're going to press the seam to this top one, and then stitch that bottom one on and open it up. These need to equal 4.5 inches when we're done. So all of the blocks from 6 all the way down to 23 will all need to be built this way. So be sure to bring that chart with you at the sewing machine so that you can make sure that you have them in the right order. So my number 6 picture and my number 6 block look the same. I did press it and made sure that it was 4.5 inches, and just for safekeeping, I did write the number right there in that seam allowance. We're never going to see it when we put it together, but now I will never lose what number this block is. As we match up all of these pieces, you will notice that you do have leftover pieces. We could save those for another project, sew them together and make them on the back, or we could always make a random looking pineapple. So I have all of my blocks, 4.5 inches, and they're still all in numerical order. So I'm going to be able to put them together in that order. So I'm going to do 1 row the next, the next, and the next. So one row, I will have all the seams pressed in one direction, the other all in the other direction. And that way, those seams are going to go together when I sew the pineapple together. As we put these together, we are going to notice that the one block will actually join up to the blocks on the bottom. So when 6 and 9 are put together, this color is going to be the same. It is always going to match. So that is the block number 6. And when it's stitched onto 9, these are the colors that are going to match. And when it's put together, we really do have that pineapple shape. Now I did take all of that leftover fabric and I put it together to make the backing. So when I get this all sandwiched up and quilted and trimmed, I'm going to have a double-sided wall hanging. The little wall hanging is now done. I love those bright colors. And the pineapple is a symbol of welcoming. So maybe this would be fun to put on your door. I'll put some links in the description so that you can check out that pattern. And the fabric Fresh Blends from Benartex is one of their basics lines. So you're going to be able to find this fabric for a long time. Thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and I do have a newsletter. It's all free under Sew Very Easy. And be sure to make every day a Sewtacular day. Bye for now.